How do I maintain 100 pounds of weight loss? For anyone who's lost any amount of weight, you already know losing weight is hard. Yes, I say that all the time. Weight loss was by far the hardest thing I ever did. But maintaining that weight loss is, to me, even harder. I think that's the part that most people struggle with. I read a statistic that said most people gain between 80 to 90% of what they lost in the first 5 years of that weight loss. And that's pretty scary, right? Because that's most people. And I'm not going to lie, I've kind of fluctuated with a 10-pound weight loss. So I might fluctuate between a 100-pound weight loss to 90 pounds. But I always catch myself when I find myself slipping. One thing I will say is you have to have something that you measure at least weekly so that you don't slowly put on weight. So whether you want to step on the scale once a week, whether you want to try on a pair of jeans because you know how they fit once a week, you have to do something so that you know if you're slipping. Because if you don't, you could easily put on another 10, 15, or even 20 pounds without even noticing, especially if you're wearing stuff that is stretchy. So for me, like my gym shorts are stretchy, my sports bras are stretchy, my gym pants are stretchy. So, you might put on some weight and you don't even realize it, especially if you wear like sweatpants or, baggy clothes, just because the stuff that you do wear regularly, you could gain some weight in it and not even notice it, right? So I have a pair of jeans that I'll try on every single week that do not stretch. You ain't gonna stretch nothing, right? And so that allows me to know, like, okay, I'm good, or okay, I'm starting to creep up a little bit. Let me get back in check, right? So that's number one. You have to have something that you're measuring. The next thing too is I make sure that I eat the same stuff most of the time. So I have go-to meals. My yogurt for breakfast, which is strawberries, a whole bunch of strawberries, by the way, like a big, big, big handful of strawberries. Non-dairy yogurt, granola. That's something that I've been eating every single day for years, and I love it. Like, I look forward to that meal every single day. I do typically eat the same foods. So, I'll do like vegan tacos. I'll do stir fries. Right now, because I am trying to get a six pack, I've kind of dialed in on the amount of rice that I eat. Right now, I'm not eating rice. But there's certain foods that I always will eat, certain meals that I'll always eat, so that I know I'm pretty much in my maintenance calories. Now, the thing that I do struggle with is snacking. That's something I've always struggled with, even when I was 340 pounds, and I feel like that's something that I'll always struggle with to an extent. I love Doritos. I love Skinny Pop popcorn. And then also too, going out. Now, I don't go out often, but when I do, I'll go to Cava. I love Jamaican food. So it's stuff like that I could find myself eating every single day. And then the next thing you know, you done put on some weight. So you just really have to, biggest thing I would say is make sure you have something that you're measuring yourself with weekly so that if you do start to slip, you can catch yourself before you're too far gone. Something else too, you have to find an activity that you truly, truly enjoy to do. If it's something that feels like punishment for you, it's going to be extremely hard for you to maintain that even once you do hit your goal weight because it's just not an activity that you love to do. So for me, I do love to weight lift. So even when I'm weightlifting and I don't really feel like being there, I still go to the gym and I still weight lift because I genuinely enjoy the activity of lifting weights. I also really do enjoy walking. That's something that I found last year that's very therapeutic for me. I walk between 15 to 20,000 steps every single day. So, I don't look at walking as punishment. I look at it as something that, one, helps me, burn some calories without being drenched in sweat. But two, it allows me to think. I'm more creative. I'm more peaceful. It's very meditative for me. So it's easy for me to incorporate that daily and still keeps me active. So if going to the gym is torture for you and you're only doing it to lose weight, that's great. I'm happy for you. Your heart is going to thank you. But you do need to find an activity that you really like that's not feeling like a punishment so that when you do get to your goal weight, you can still stay active. Now, I don't consider yoga that. You know, I think everyone has their own opinion. For me, yes, I do sweat when I do yoga, but for me, yoga is definitely more something that could put me to sleep more than something that like keeps my heart rate somewhat elevated. But you just have to find an activity. I know a lot of people love to walk. Maybe you like to run. Maybe you like Zumba, maybe you like Pilates. There's got to be something that you truly enjoy doing, so that way you're doing it regularly. You're looking forward to doing that. The next thing too is that helped me maintain my 100-pound weight loss is just getting around people who also care about healthy lifestyles. So, my whole family is obese. And if I'm not careful, I'll find myself slipping back into my old ways just because I'm around my family, right? I might taste things I shouldn't be tasting. Next thing you know, you done ate a whole extra 1,000 calories, right? You have to get around people too who prioritize eating clean most of the time, who prioritize exercising most of the time, because those habits, that mindset is going to rub off on you, right? If you're always around people who take care of themselves, well, you're going to take care of yourself too. If you're around people who are drinking all the time, you're going to drink all the time too, right? You really are a product of your environment and you're not above the program. I don't care how mentally strong you think you are. Eventually, people's habits, if you're not, distancing yourself, will rub off on you. So you have to make sure that you make yourself some gym friends. Even if you join like a Facebook group where people post like their meals, you just have to do something. You have to be around people or at least online where you see healthy things being done regularly, right? Because it's going to rub off on you and you're active in the group, you're talking, whatever. And now you're also doing those same things that's going to keep the weight loss off for you. Something else is I don't allow myself to go to the grocery store when I'm hungry. I've learned from the past that never works out. That's when I'm most likely to grab Doritos. That's when I'm most likely to grab slices of cake. That's when I'm most likely to grab skinny pop popcorn is when I'm just hungry. So I make sure that before I go to the grocery store, I eat, whether it's a snack or a full-blown meal, something so that when I get in there, I'm not, ooh, I'm craving this or I'm so hungry, you know what I mean? So you really have to learn yourself. You have to learn your triggers. I've also noticed that when I'm more stressed, I tend to overeat. So I keep my stress down by, walking. I got off of social media as far as scrolling. I've noticed that's helped me keep stress down because I'm not too busy worried about what other people are doing. Going on my walks, being more intentional with the type of content I consume has allowed me to keep my stress levels down. And yeah, so those are some things that have helped me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What are things that have helped you maintain your weight loss? If you've lost any amount of weight, I would love to know. Also, make sure you guys join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.